Breaking news.
Good morning. Welcome to Today in Alabama on a Monday. I'm Jed Davis.
And I'm Jasmine Williams. Thanks so much for joining us this morning. It was a weekend of violence, a mass shooting in the capital city. 2 people killed in Montgomery, another 12 injured.
It all happened downtown on a weekend where there were a lot of family events going on during that weekend. WSFA 12 News reporter Bethany Davis joins us live this morning in downtown Montgomery with the latest on the investigation. Bethany?
Yeah, this is exactly where it happened. We're at the corner of Bibb and Commerce Streets. This is where a number of hotels and restaurants sit. This is a busy intersection. Well, now $50,000 is being offered up as a reward for anyone who can help get to the bottom of this, to figure out who's responsible and why. Now, police say that shooting started when 2 people were arguing and fired shots at each other into the crowd. Montgomery Mayor Stephen Reed said it happened with, quote, police units within 50 feet of both sides. In fact, Police Chief Jim Grayboy said that at least 5 officers were in the immediate area, heard the shootings, and ran to the scene. A total of 14 people were shot. 17-year-old Jeremiah Morris and 43-year-old Shalonda Williams were killed. 5 others are now in critical condition. And more than half of those who were shot are younger than 20 years old. The youngest is just 16. And the chief told us investigators did bring in a number of people for questioning, but didn't make it clear if any of them were suspects. And so far, no one is facing charges for what happened here.
I'm going to state specifically that we will use every resource. We will stay up all night. We will do whatever we need to do. We will basically use every resource to charge and hold the people responsible who were involved in this offense, because the people who did what they did, who are responsible for opening fire on each other like that, did not care about the people around them when they did it. And now we have 14 people who have been shot. 2 of them, like I stated earlier, deceased. We will not rest until we get you.
You mentioned this family-friendly weekend. It was a busy weekend here in Montgomery. It's HBCU Classic weekend. The Tuskegee Morehouse Classic was played here, along with ASU's homecoming game. Also, the Alabama National Fair started Friday. But the mayor wants to emphasize that the shooting that happened here in downtown was not connected in any way to any of those events.
All right, Bethany, thank you. We'll check back with her in downtown Montgomery a little bit later on in the show. Alabama's Attorney General is now speaking out about that deadly shooting.
Attorney General Steve Marshall mentioned a state takeover in his statement, saying, quote, though the blame lies with those who carelessly pulled the triggers, I continue to be troubled by the city leadership's stubborn refusal to acknowledge that they have a serious problem. Montgomery Mayor Stephen Reed quickly responded to that comment.
If the Attorney General ever wants to talk to me about what we've been doing, I'd be more than happy to sit with him. I'll go to him to tell him exactly what we've been doing. But I don't need anybody lecturing me about crime. I've had a gun pointed in my face, and I'll never forget. And I wasn't the mayor then. And these people last night won't ever forget what happened to them. And so, you know, I don't need that type of sideline commentary from the state's top law enforcement official. I need solutions.
In the wake of this weekend's shooting, support is being offered at community centers, including counseling.
Yeah, people have the chance to talk with counselors during regular hours starting today at 3 community centers. That includes Willie Cook, Sheridan Heights, and the McIntyre Community Center.
Just acknowledging that there are real people that are involved in the midst of this tragedy. There are persons who are still at the hospital that are currently, and there are families who have lost loved ones. And so our hearts go out to them, and that we know that as we create these spaces of hope that will be available at 3 different community centers from the hours of 8 to 5, we know that there will be volunteers and licensed counselors that will be available to provide help and care.
And we have much more on that deadly mass shooting on our website, WSFA.com. You can watch that entire news conference from Sunday. It aired right around noon yesterday. We aired that live for you on air and online. We have that news conference. You can watch it in its entirety by going to our website. We also have more reaction from city and state leaders as well by going to WSFA.com.